Thousands of years ago, my species challenged the universe and made our way into the cold, empty void. Our dreams of empire disappeared as we found the process of terraforming to be more entertaining than the concept of empire. For millennia, we spent our time wandering the galaxy, claiming a star system and then terraforming it instead of actually doing anything with it. Sure, we would mine and process certain planets and clear asteroids to recoup our losses, but for the most part, we became an entirely space-borne species, with all the drawbacks and benefits as such. For countless years we did this, eventually encountering the now infamous civilizations and species that dominate the galaxy in their own way. We mostly just ignored them and carried on. Then the Galactic Federation was formed. Wars happened, fights broke out, civilization existed and did what it did for over 1,000 years. Our planets and terraformed systems became coveted by every empire in the known universe. The Galactic Federation and a newfound religion declared these planets were sacred and decided to ban anyone from settling on them. We actually went to this federation and shat on this religion in a display that sent their priests cowering back to whatever hole they crawled out of. We didn't want all of our hard work to effectively go to waste after all. What's the damn point of terraforming a planet to hold life when no life is allowed to be on it? Their claims were as predicted, baseless and stupid, and the Federation voted to exclude their kooky beliefs from the federal charter. But the problem of territory was a thing now, and people were gearing for war. As one does, apparently. Silly creatures. So we decided to expand our cultural repertoire, preventing violence, well, sort of, and continuing to do what we always did before without anyone whining about it. So that brings me to my job and why I'm writing this dissertation for the Federation. We recently encountered a species of fast-breeding mammals that require an excessive amount of space. My job is a sort of real estate agent in simple terms. My duty is to catalog star systems, note how they have been terraformed, and then sell those planets to whoever wants them. I have to take note of national borders, federal jurisdictions, and local traffic. Effectively, my entire job is just mountains of paperwork that somehow makes stupid people stop being stupid. A noble cause, I guess. But back to humans. It turns out these crazy creatures will buy any planet on the roster, including failed projects nobody else wants to touch. The terraforming process has been all but perfected. Perfection is impossible after all, and sometimes it goes wrong. These humans will buy these failed projects. Silly creatures. I have written this because humans have some proclivities we previously didn't know about, and have the potential to make some interesting waves in the galactic consciousness. Pay attention. There is information here that could lead to some interesting circumstances. What follows are transcripts of several interviews and sales conducted over the last year with these humans. All transcripts have been sent already to the Council for review, but this needs to become public knowledge. Interview 1. M14D16A, 7 year 220. Human. Hi, my name is Jerry. Yours is... The human extended an appendage in an apparent gesture of goodwill. I reciprocated and got my arm shaken. Me. Hello. My name is Bluey Bop Lupois. Jerry, I can't pronounce that. Can I just call you Blue? Me. If it will accelerate this meeting, yes. What can I do for you? Jerry, sorry. I would like to buy a planet, or a bunch of planets, or something. Human appeared to be emotionally disturbed. Sensors detected emotion called guilt. Me. Okay, let me see. What are your preferred atmospheric conditions? Oxygen-based or other? Jerry, oxygen-based, please. Mix of oxygen and nitrogen would be preferred. I type on the computer. The human appeared to be strangely interested in what I am doing and tried to maneuver his head to see. Me. We have a number of candidates available. What is your minimum comfortable temperature range? Jerry, comfortable? Well, that depends on who you ask. You ask some guy in Alaska, he'll be happy with snow. You ask a guy in Texas, he'll like it hot. So, an exact number would be appreciated. The human blushed. Clearly he was unprepared for this meeting. He procured a device from his jacket and typed into it. Jerry, apparently our minimum is between -40 Celsius and max is about 50 Celsius. This statement took me by surprise. I looked up from my console and blinked in shock at that. I'm sorry, what? Did you just say your minimum comfortable temperature was between freezing and boiling? Jerry, yeah, that's what the wiki article I pulled up says. but generally we prefer 0 to 30 degrees. So it says here, I'm from Mars. I like it cool. See. Well, that doesn't narrow our options too much. I have 280,000 candidates that fill that preference. Can we narrow it down a bit more? What climate do you prefer? Nad, what gravity class do you prefer? Jerry, well, let me translate this into federal standard, and, gravity class is minimum 0.5 Gs, which is class 3, and maximum is class 12, which is 2.2 Gs. I nearly fell out of my chair. These humans can withstand constant gravitational force of that quality for an extended period of time? Jerry, well, that's in the comfort range anyway. I know guys who live in gas giant stations with 0.1 G, and they apparently like having no weight. Then there's that crazy hermit way back east. He lives on a magnetically dense planet that's a class 18. He seems to like it. This statement made my brain short-circuit for a few moments, and I was unable to speak for a while. The human had to wave his hand in front of my face to make my cognizance responsive again. Jerry, hello? You okay? Me, no, I'm not fine, but let us continue. What biome preference do you have? You just increased the candidate spectrum by a few 100,000. You are not making this job easy. Jerry, biome preference? I don't think we have one. Jungle, forest, temperate, plains? I don't actually think we have a preference for biomes. Again, it depends on who you ask, I guess. Let me see what I need to ask a question for something. Hold on. Sorry. No biome preference? They don't care? They have no biome preference. This effectively limits them to 90% of the planets we terraformed throughout our entire history. This was concerning. The human typed something on his portable device and made some grunting noises. Sensors described his activity as nervous shuffling. Jerry, okay, I got an actual answer for once. Temperate forest, minimum temperature of -5 to +20, preferably high rainfall. Prefer flat or relatively flat terrain, but any terrain is okay. Me, we are finally getting somewhere. What is your price range for a planet? Jerry, I have 200 million federal credits. What will that give me? This is another statement that took me by surprise. 1, the humans had that much money, and 2, the humans thought that this process was that expensive? Me, okay, human, this is not that expensive. We sell planets as a hobby, not a business. The planets you ask for are not that expensive. Some planets we sell are sold for less than 10,000 on the market, and some planets are practically given away because nobody else wants them. We can sell you entire star systems for that money. In fact, I have 12 systems in your local cluster here surrounding your home system that I can hand over right now. The human looked very shocked, very surprised. Sensors described him as flabbergasted. Me, to clarify, we would give these planets to whoever wanted them. The reason we charge money is for federal administration fees and border registration fees. It is not so expensive you would need the cash to buy an entire planetary defense fleet. So that brings us to the point. For 20 million credits, I can supply you with the settlement rights to every star system within 12 light-years of your Sol system. Is that okay? Sensors detected signs of emotion labeled elated and surprised. Jerry, I'll take it! Oral receptors overloaded from the loud volume. Human was admonished for this increase in volume and warned not to do it again. Interview concludes. Interview 2, M14D21A 7 year 220. Human, hello. I am Dr. Jamie Swan of the Martian Geological Institute. I have a specific request. Me, hello. My name is Blueybop Lupwa. Call me Blue, I think. That will expedite things. What can I do for you? Jamie, I need a planet with oxygen-nitrogen atmosphere, high geological activity, preferably including volcanic activity or excessive tectonic activity. Me, you are looking for a planet with excessive tectonic activity? You want a magmatic planet? Jamie, that is correct. Temperature and biome range is optional. We can set up a platform in orbit for our supply operations. All I want is geology. Me, what for exactly? Jamie, study. The purpose is to study it. Our homeworld is geologically active, and we have made the study of this activity into an art form. We want to see how it works on similar worlds and see if we can create a predictive model that can help us track earthquakes a bit better. Give us more warning, among other things. Me, I'm sorry. Your homeworld is geologically active? Jamie. Not nearly to the extent for the planet we are looking for, but yes, old Mother Earth is a highly active planet. Earthquakes, tidal waves, hurricanes, thousands of volcanoes. We even have a place called Hawaii, which is an entire tourist hub built around an active volcano. Hell of a place to get a good tan. Sensors detected emotion labeled as smug. I, however, was taken aback by this statement. What kind of abomination was this species' homeworld? Me. I have 283 candidates available for use that fit your criteria. The best one I can offer is a planet called BX1103L. Jamie, what's the rate of continental drift and fault line proliferation? Do you know? I blinked in surprise. They have that deep a knowledge of that topic? Me, it says here continental drift is up to 1.2 feet per cycle and... Jamie, I'll take it. Sounds perfect. Again, surprise at the statement. Me, for reference's sake, on your homeworld, what is the rate of drift cycle? Jamie, approximately, depending on the continent in question, 0.6 inches per year on average, so around half a galactic standard metric unit per year. I went into a state of shock. That is 3 times the galactic average for an inhabited planet. And these humans came from it? They evolved on this planet? Jamie, are you okay? You haven't said or done anything for 7 minutes. Meh. I will be fine. That will be 6,000 federal credits for administrative fees, please. Jamie, just admin fees? What about the planet itself? Me, hold on, wait a minute. Did you say something about Hawaii and an active volcano? You mean to tell me you have settlements on islands of volcanic activity? Jamie, of course. Hawaii, Japan, Iceland. Even have a burgeoning settlement surrounding an ice geyser on Mars. They are tourist hotspots. Then there's the supervolcano at Yellowstone. You have supervolcanoes? You mean the planet-ending supervolcanoes on your planet? Jamie, yeah, we have 20 of them, actually. Yellowstone is just the most well-known and well-documented. I swear the hot springs there are some of the best in the world next to Mount Fuji. I'm sorry, but 20 supervolcanoes? Did you just say you have more supervolcanoes on your one planet than a magma world does? Jamie, well, yes, but for clarity's sake, only 12 are believed to be active and only 2 or 3 are considered a reasonable threat. What's this about hot springs? What's a hot spring? Jamie, pools of semi-boiling or very hot water that collect in underground streams inside volcanoes, bubble up to the surface and produce a wonderful, warm, mineral-rich water that we bathe in or sit in to relax. It's quite nice. The interview concluded as medical teams had to be dispatched. I passed out from shock. Interview 3, M14D29A, 7-year, 220. Human, hey, name's Reggie. Me, my name is Blue. Just call me Blue. How can I help you? Reggie, high terrain deformation with maximum possible landform scale, preferably with low temperatures and snowfall. Me, okay, a frozen mountain world? I have a few candidates available. Do you have any reason for this? Reggie, I want to turn the entire planet into a ski resort. I'm going to make millions. Sensors detected excessive smog. Me, I see. What is this ski resort thing? Reggie, a place where crazy people come to use wooden boards and various implements to practice athletic feats while traveling at excessive speed on snow or ice. Me, I see. At what temperature do these events usually take place? Reggie, somewhere around -10 to -30, when the snow falls heavy and coats the ground with a nice fluffy cloud of cold wetness. Perfect for boarding, skiing, and at those temps, it's good for ice skating, too. Me, I see. I have a few candidates that fit your request, but... Reggie, probably can use it to hold some tournaments, maybe an Arctic expedition contest or something. Biannual pole race, God, that would be friggin' epic. Me, okay, hold on a moment. What is the lowest temperature ever recorded on your planet's surface? Reggie, if I recall correctly, the lowest temp we ever recorded was -89.2 Celsius. That was before the mega eruption of 2087, though. The lowest temp we got was at the South Pole that hit -102 Celsius. That was a fun day. Surprise. Shock. No word said for 5 minutes at this revelation. Me, I'm sorry. You said something about the magnetic poles of your planet? Out of curiosity, what is it like down there? Reggie, as low as -100 with a wind chill factor, sometimes with blizzards that reduce visibility to almost zero. Solid ice sheets are kilometers thick. Sometimes they crack open because of geological activity. Creates temporary canyons the size of Manhattan sometimes. Snow and ocean just fills it all back in. Meat. That is absurd. How did you manage the drones to get those kinds of recordings? Reggie. Drones? We didn't send drones. We didn't even know what drones were back when we sent the first expeditions, dude. Back then, we had sleds and huskies to pull them through snow. Generally, we just put on a coat and go for a walk with funny shoes. Me, you did what? You sent people to a place 100 degrees below freezing? Reggie, well, yeah. That's nothing compared to the crazies who live there, though. Got a few settlements and stations around the Arctic still. Kinda kooky if you ask me. But to be fair, we didn't send anyone, they volunteered. Interview terminated due to panic attack. Planet sold to human as a means to get him out of the office. Interview 4, M14D 3A 8-year 220. Council has been informed of abnormal and anomalous activity on the human home world. By this point, all conversations with humans are being recorded for record and study. An expedition to planet Earth is currently being planned. Human. Hey, name's Johnny. Me? Blue? Just Blue. How can I help you today? Johnny. Isolation. I would like access to a habitable planet with a breathable oxygen atmosphere that is as isolated as possible. Temperature within 0, 25 Celsius. No or little vegetation. Me. I see. I have a few candidates that fit that request. A few failed projects we have available. May I ask why, though? Johnny, as I said, isolation. I am a brewer, a beer maker, an alcohol aficionado. I want a place all my own I can use to grow and make the perfect brew. I need to be alone so I can concentrate. Me, sorry, what? Alcohol. What do you mean, perfect brew? Human procured a glass bottle. Glass bottle was scanned, contained toxic substance alcohol. Human consumes alcohol and sensors detect satisfaction and happiness instead of feelings of agonizing pain and horrible death. I visibly retch at the sight. Johnny, ooh yeah, good old Honey Jack. Such a good brew. But I know I can do better, you know? Need a planet I can put bees on so I can get honey. Can grow hops and wheat. Need a good bit of space to make the perfect brew. I know I can make it. I just need time and space. No interruptions. So got anything I can use? Me. I'm sorry, you want to make one of the most toxic substances in the galaxy in bulk? You want to improve it? Johnny, it ain't toxic to us, bro. You aren't my market. But yeah, want space to make the perfect brew. Wine, beer, whiskey, scotch. I want to have a whole world I can work with, some hops and shit I can crossbreed and work with. Maybe even some moonshine for fun. It's going to be glorious. Interview concludes. Human is given planet freely to leave the office. Local authorities are informed of humans' plans and patrols are increased. First crops appear on the planet's surface 1 week after landing. The planet is declared a no-go zone by most Federation species. Council returned from Earth expedition in catatonic state. Humans officially declared a death world species. Earth declared a no-go zone for all Federation and Council species. Humans officially gifted all uninhabitable planets with full rights within all sentient space. Galaxy officially describes humans as barking bloody mad. Humans have no real range in temperature, can live almost anywhere. It varies between individuals, but can sustain long-term states of habitation in nearly any environment, on the provisor of oxygen and food supply.